Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a super simple and easy tutorial on this relaxed summer beachy WaveS hairstyle. I'm using a 2-inch barrel wand from T3 and I will explain a little bit more about that as soon as the tutorial starts. This is one of my go-to hairstyles. I wear it all the time and I do little mini tutorials here and there on my Instagram stories. So if you guys are not following me there, you definitely should. I post a lot of behind the scenes content, random content throughout the week that you don't want to miss out on. As usual, everything that I mentioned will be linked down in the description box below. Some of the links are affiliate links, which means that I make a small commission off of your purchase if you do decide to shop through my links. You will not be charged anything extra. It just means that I get a small percentage of the sale, which helps me out a lot. So without further ado, if you are interested in learning how I achieve this look, then go ahead and keep on watching. So the first thing that I do when I am curling my hair is obviously split it into sections, and I like to use a clip for that. This is just a clear clip. I think I got this at CVS God knows how many years ago. And I'll usually start right at the temple, and I'll just take my thumbs and make a circle around the crown of my head, pull up this entire top section of my hair, and I will swirl it into a messy but effective little top knot, and then I will go ahead and clip that section down. Then what I'm going to do is, with the hair left, I'm going to take my finger down the back right in the center and pull two sections with the lower half of my hair. Okay, now what I like to do personally is I start with the back sections of these lower parts and I'll curl them and then I'll throw them back behind me and I'll work my way forward, because if I work from here back, I have all this hair in front of my face that I have to keep on looking through to find the uncurled section. So that is what I have found works the best for me. Today I'm going to be using this wand by T3. This is the interchangeable head situation. So this is the base and you can attach whatever attachment you want to the base. So you can buy every single size, every single shape. This happens to be the 2-inch barrel, and for me personally, I find that it creates the most effortless beachy wave and curl for me specifically. So I have mine from the second to highest setting. I find that the highest setting is just a little bit too hot for me, so I do one notch down, which I'm not sure what the actual temperature is, but it works. And I'm going to start with really small sections, again starting from the back of this section, and I like to curl away from my face first. So that means that I'm going to put the barrel behind the piece of hair to start. If I put the barrel in front of the piece of the hair, that means that I'm curling towards my face because the barrel is closer to me. And if I want it away from my face, I want to put the barrel away from me around the hair, and that is kind of a trick rule of thumb of how I remember which direction is which. And I'm just going to wrap the hair flat around the barrel, hold it for a few seconds, and I like to hold the end of the hair out so that the bottom is straight and not curled. And then you just release that curl, and I'm not even going to touch it, I'm just going to throw it away from me. And I like to alternate between towards my face and away from my face because that creates a very effortless look. So the other one I did away from my face, this one is going to be towards, so I'm going to put the barrel closer to me on the hair, curling it around, keeping the ends out, holding a few seconds, and then just letting the hair drop and fall out, and then throwing it away from me. For me, the trick to getting the hair to lay flat on the barrel is to actually create flatness with the strand before I start to curl. So I flatten the piece of hair out, then I kind of use my 2 index fingers and my middle finger as what would be the equivalent of like a flat iron, and I use them to kind of manipulate the hair as I lay it down. So for example, I'm going to place the wand here, and then I'm going to take my index finger and my middle finger and I'm going to wrap the hair around the barrel. So I am holding them in place with those 2 fingers, and it's going to help the hair lay flat because I'm pulling the hair flat as I'm wrapping it around. And then for the pieces closest to my face, I always want to curl away from my face. So I'm just going to take this section and I'm going to put the wand behind the piece of hair, and then I'm curling away from my face. And letting that drop. Now the hardest part about curling hair for me is curling my non-dominant side. So I am right-handed. It's easier for me to hold and curl my left side of my hair. It's the right side that gives me a bit of trouble. So what I have found is switching the hand that holds the curling wand is actually the easiest thing to do so that it's out of the way. So I'm actually going to hold the wand with my left hand here, and I'm going to start with the wand away from my face, and I like to put the wand behind my head instead of trying to put it in front of the head and then angle it a weird way. Take it behind the head, point it down, wrap around the hair, and again, let it all fall. And then for this side, I have to put the wand down between each section because I need both hands to find the hair, whereas the other side, my dominant side, I don't really need the help. This side, I definitely need both hands to separate each piece. So now this piece, I'm going to go towards my head, wrap around a few times. The biggest thing here will be the cord kind of coming into your face. And then let it drop. And again, have to put the barrel down. But as you do this more and more often, this process will get a lot easier and you will go a lot faster. It's also kind of nice to switch the hand that's holding the wand so that this arm can kind of get a break and not have to hold it up the entire time. Okay, so now that we have this bottom section curled, I'm still not running my fingers through it or anything. I want them to cool and set. And I'm just going to move this all to the back of my head. Next thing I'm going to do is take another small layer. And from here, I don't take a full layer down. I take just one piece, one small layer on one side, curl the rest up and away, and I work this way across the crown. I don't know why I do that. It's just a lot easier for me to work one side at a time. And then I just pick a piece, start curling, and it doesn't matter which direction you start curling in as long as you continue to alternate. It doesn't have to be completely even of frontwards and backwards either. Just make sure you have some of one direction and some of the other direction. And then again, in this piece towards my face, I almost start 2 inches down, and then I'll curl from here, hold there for a few seconds, wiggle the wand down just a little, and then I will drop it out. So that little section is complete, and I'm going to do the same thing. Just run my finger through, make a little line, move this hair away, bring this down, and then same thing, curling all these sections. Okay, so this is my hair completely curled. I don't use hairspray because I don't like the feel of it in my hair. I also don't use a heat protectant spray because, I don't know, I just don't really believe in them. I don't know, if you know how the science of it works a little bit better, then let me know in the comments, because in my mind, you're spraying a heat protectant spray, it almost makes your hair damp, and then you're putting heat on it, which I feel like then fries it. So I don't know. I don't use a heat protectant spray, and my hair lasts pretty well without hairspray. It doesn't last any longer with hairspray, so that's why I don't typically put it in, unless I'm trying to push down some flyaways. Then I will use a little bit of hairspray. I also don't run my fingers through the curls or anything like that because I feel like as they start to set, they drop a little bit on their own, and I want to give them the best chance of staying curled throughout the day, so I don't like to disrupt them and run my fingers through and try and make them look relaxed. I would do that if I was using a smaller barrel to curl, because then the curls would be tighter to begin with, but this is already a looser look of curl, so I feel like I don't really need to fuss with it too much. So that's it for today's hair tutorial. I hope that you guys found it helpful. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up because it really helps me out a lot, as well as subscribing. If you feel like subscribing, please do. There's a button down there. Just click it and you'll be subscribed and see more videos from me in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.